Welcome to Art Chats con la Mitotera. I'm your host, Mel Dominguez. Today's guest is Jonny Bubonik. He's a local artist here in Tucson, Arizona. A lot of his artwork you may have seen throughout town. That's super big stuff. But if you've been to American Eco on South 4th Avenue, you've seen his artwork within the walls and outside. So, as a matter of fact, one of them is a tribute to Selena, the Latina music artist who passed away. So it's very neat. It's very nice to see something like that because um, South Fourth Avenue was really trying to boost up what we have as a culture, as a people, and being a town that is has been designated for UNESCO. So I'm super excited about that, and the fact that the artists are coming out and they're participating within the community to really sustain the culture that is there before it starts to define as gentrification. But right now, we're trying to connect with Jonny Bubonik. He's on the west side of town. What's up, Jonny?
What's up? What's up?
Thank you so much for making time for us. Folks out there on Instagram, this is Jonny Bubonik. Please tell us where you're from.
I'm from the west side of Tucson, born and raised. I rep that to the fullest. That's applied with me everywhere I go. I keep the west side with me all the time.
But can you tell people what kind of art you do? Because I kind of gave a brief description, but how would you describe it?
My friend Alfred actually put it best. I should have pulled that up, but try and capture what I can, from what I know, from the Southwest, but try and do it a little differently than everybody else does. I apply a little bit of the streets and a little bit of like that graffiti and some of the fine art world, and a lot of different elements to achieve whatever it is that I'm trying to achieve, whether it's a mural or a painting on a hat or a shirt or some shoes or anything in between, really. I really just try and mix it up as much as I can. I'm probably best known for my murals, though.
That's cool. When did you start getting into art? Like, when did you just you're like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
I don't know. It was something I picked up because of my brothers. They were all artists. They still are. And they, I would look at their black books, scroll through them. They'd take me out after a night of painting, and at that time I was only, 5 or 6 years old. So I was hooked instantly, so graffiti's always been a huge part of my life, lettering. And then, once I got into high school, I started doing airbrushing, and I learned how to lay out letters and grid stuff out. So a lot of that knowledge is what I use to this day, things I picked up from my brothers, things I picked up in school. And, now I'm here doing murals, but it's really all because of like that, just the things I picked up along the way.
I know I gave you a ring and I was like, what you been up to during this quarantine? And you're like, I'm still painting.
Yeah, always painting, always trying to stay busy, always open to new things. I wish I could get to everybody, but sometimes it's kind of just how they fall into place, so but again, just grateful to even have that opportunity, to still be working in a time like this, so
yeah,
it's a blessing.
No, can I ask you, where did you get the name Bubonic?
At the time I was trying to figure out something to use, like a name to use for music and for art, because I also make music. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'll bust that out one of these days. But I actually, my last name is Ballesteros, so it's kind of hard for people to say. I needed something a little easier to say, something a little catchier, so I came up with the name Bubonic because, I'd be smoking, but obviously that, but more a little deeper, back in, I think like the 30s or something, there was the bubonic plague, which took out, hundreds of thousands of people, and
And you're back to take over. What?
Well, in a sense, yeah, that's what I wanted it to be. Is I wanted my work to be infectious in that sense, where I wanted to spread rapidly around the world, you know, and that was my motive behind it. And not, you know, it's a little ironic that we're in a pandemic right now also, but yeah, it was more about like that, just spreading rapidly and metaphorically, you know, killing off my competition, you know.
Yeah, it made me think of Wu-Tang, Ghostface has got like Iron Man or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what it made me think of. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what? That's one of the elements I miss the most, is being part of a crew or having a crew. Because then you just all get together and everybody was just painting or going to paint. Are you part of a crew? Do you still paint like that with a group of folks, or is this just?
If I do, it's usually related with Flowers and Bullets. You know, some kind of jam or like a big mural project. But for the most part, I usually work alone. I always have to, you know. I never really joined crews when I was younger, just because I wanted to make sure that if I did, they reflected what I believed also, you know. And I wanted to make sure I was good enough to be in a decent crew. But it just so worked out that I got really good really quick, and I didn't need a crew, you know. I just did my own thing. So
Man, back in the day, I used to work construction, and there was this one guy. He would show up. He was a day laborer, and he was like a cholo, and he'd show up in his lowrider, and he had some badass artwork etched into his glass.
yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, who did that?" And he's like, "I did." And I was like, "What are you doing in construction?"
Yeah, and that's how it is, you know. There's a lot of people hidden out there, you know, a lot of artists, but you know, some of us, you know, get, you know, sometimes you got to do the 9 to 5 life, and you know, family life, and life comes at you fast, you know. So again, just, you know, blessed to be in the position to be able to do what I do, and like that, to be able to share my work with the world.
Yeah. Hey, if folks like right now they're doing the social distancing and whatnot, where could they walk or bike to your murals? Is there like, do you have like a little?
You know, I should put together some kind of map or something, you know, but there's a few on the west side, there's a few on the south side, a couple on the east side. So I guess it just kind of depends where you're at. I think there's a couple midtown that we've got. So yeah, just depending on what area you're at. But that's my goal really, is to be able to spread out throughout the city rather than just one kind of.
I know,
you know.
it could be a little bit tough because you're like, what's going on? But we're gonna connect on that on another note, like, because there's a lot of things going on. Yeah. But I'm all, geez. So that's one thing. The other one was, what future project? Wait a minute, no. Wait a minute. Where's the best place other than like walking around? Like, they were to get on your Instagram, how would they find you on Instagram?
Jonny Bubonik, you know, but there is an email link, or even just a direct message, you know. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to get to them, but
okay, cool.
Yeah, that's probably the best way.
We want to get you thinking on that route to send people around, because really that's what's going to happen. That's how I feel like, as a art, you know, community, that's how we can sustain the community, is to really hold down the fort with having those images of culture throughout the city, and that we need to share with each other. Because a lot of people, I don't know folks that that they know you in person, or if they've heard of you, but a lot of people are like, who did that piece, or who was working at American Eco? Oh, so where on the east side do you have a piece of work?
I have one. It's called the Vape Zone. It's like behind a little vape shop, and it's kind of a long, like, short wall, so you might miss it if you're not looking for it. But I'm actually doing a really big one on Speedway in the Tens parking lot. It's a building called TCR, but it's 3 trucks, or actually 2 trucks, a sand rail, sunset, lightning, sand dunes, some off-road stuff. So that one's been pretty exciting. A lot of people have been stopping by and showing some love. So it's very eye-catching, I don't think you'll be able to miss it if you're heading east down Speedway, you know. So
No, that's dope. And that's the thing. Well, for me, because I like, other than just myself being an artist, I'm an art enthusiast. So like, I love looking for stuff like that and finding like stuff that's not posted. But if they're listening in, then this is the perfect time to go and looking for your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah,
I'm
actually, I think that's probably one of my best works so far. So I'm really excited or really happy with the way it's coming out. Very proud of that project. So
that's cool. I'm glad that you're working and doing something, because it's tough being an artist and being on lockdown. It's like, damn, you know, even though it's a privilege, right? There's, you know, I get to go and leave my house and whatnot, but still, it's a lot. You know what I was gonna ask is like, without the commissions, what do you enjoy painting? Like, what gets you like fire, like you want to paint?
I've been really intrigued with these hat murals I've been doing. I've been airbrushing portraits on hats. So here's one that I did.
That's dope. So this, for folks that aren't familiar with this image, this is Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, on a Dodgers hat. And
that's sick, dude.
It's a beat up hat. It was just a tester just to see if I could do it, you know. And then I did another one.
Hey, what kind of airbrush gun do you got?
What's that?
What kind of airbrush do you use?
I use a Badger. It's a Badger.
Oh, that's cool. I got an Iwata.
Yeah, it's not the best. I have an Iwata, but I need some parts for it before I.
So the hat that you just showed, that's another friend, a mutual friend. That's Angel.
Yeah, I'm a box hat. So.
Yeah, he passed away. How long ago now?
Been 10 years already.
And you know something? This is really crazy. Like, I'm much older than you guys, but I went to his graduation party or something.
Yeah.
You know, before all this happened and whatnot.
I was there too.
So it was there was like a pool there, but it was like had a fence around it and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you guys were all younger than me, and I was over here drinking by myself. But the fact is that young man, meeting him, we had the same birthday and stuff. It was almost like I got really hurt, because he was one of the first people I met coming to Tucson, Arizona, and to know that he was just getting started and the things that he wanted to do, it almost put like a fire underneath me and said, I'm going to do everything in my life that I can do, because this guy's not here. Like, I got to do it for my homeboy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how we feel. You know, that's why I wear the hats. You know, I got a little A on my hand.
Oh, shoot.
And a bracelet always, you know, just to always keep him with me, you know, because, you know, same thing. I want to make sure we keep his name alive. I want to make sure we give back in the ways that he would too, you know. So recently I did a restoration at me and my boy Fonz. Shout out to Fonz. But we did a mural restoration at the El Rio Center, and Angel used to work there. So for me, that was my way of kind of like, you know, being able to give back a bit too. So
really, it touches me, because that's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Because you're
very good to us, you know. So, and like that, to be able to do those kinds of things through my art, you know, I wouldn't have ever got that opportunity without, you know, my art. Good friends like, you know, Fonz and Alfred, you know, these guys really look out for us, you know, and take care of us. So always trying to do something for the barrio, you know.
See, that's huge. It's got a lot of power to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you guys did that, because it needs to be maintained. The culture needs to be. We need to sustain it, and we're the generation that's picking up what do you call it? They're handing us the
torch.
The torch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on a spray can.
Yeah. No, that was the thing too. You know, is we actually did get David Dineo's blessing, who is the original artist for those murals, you know, and that's pretty much what he told us, you know, is to keep it going, keep the flame alive, you know, because if we're not keeping our story going, the baton, if we're not passing that baton, you know, like, what are we doing, you know, if we're not kicking down that knowledge to younger generations to keep them going, to keep, you know, give them the tools to grow and learn, you know, so.
And so that they know we're out there.
Exactly.
You know, so That's what makes me really happy to know that there's other. That's why I did all this, because I want everybody to know you. So this is another question. When you're painting, do you paint during the day or nighttime? What do you prefer, being a Tucsonian?
Right now, since it's so hot, I usually paint at night or early morning. But um, preferably at night. I just feel a little more in my element, at night. But it just depends on what side of town too. Sometimes I need a couple extra set of eyes just to keep an eye on me, and keep me safe. But during the day is really cool too. I get to interact with people. The distractions are a little less at night, but I mean, any time of the day is fun, really. Just like that, being able to interact with people, and like that, people come up to me and give compliments, ask questions. Sometimes yesterday I had some guys just singing and dancing, requesting songs, and like that. They don't bother me. They enjoy what I do, and like that, I enjoy being able to do that in public. So.
No, but you know what? There's something else. So you paint big. You go big. You do murals. You do these just big stuff, right?
Yeah, I try to.
You're trying.
Yeah.
You want to go worldwide with this.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Oh wait, hold on. What did you notice or learn about how the historic El Rio murals of Tenel? Did you learn something from that?
Yeah, I did. I just, I got kind of choked up. I started to, like that, just realize how important those places are. A lot of us grew up there like that, and it's a center for everything. Healthcare and education and recreation. So what I
But
learned.
you guys did a different technique, though, right?
Yeah, actually, everything was hand painted before. But I had to do it my way. I had to do it with a can. But like that, just the importance of like that, the history and like that, what that place means to us. We actually talked for a previous mural. We interviewed Salomon Valdenegro, who was an activist during these times, and he's the one that actually fought to get us these El Rio centers and Boys and Girls Clubs and all that good stuff. The park right there, Joaquin Murrieta on the west side right here. They protested and got these parks and these centers, and like that, what started here on the west side then moved to the south side, and that's when the El Pueblo centers popped up, and all these other El Rio started popping up, other neighborhood centers, and like that, to be able to play my part in that kind of history, it means a lot to us. So
No, that's huge. That's huge. Like, I was tripping out. I'm like, we need to, like, you need to go on residencies and paint everywhere big.
Yeah.
But you were telling me.
Yeah, that's what I want to do for sure, and do it with other communities around the world.
Which, by the way, I'm like, so how did this magazine find your art? Because there was a magazine in Spain that found your art. How did they do that?
Well, Raw is actually located out of Tempe, or Phoenix area, but I think their material comes from Spain. So, rolling papers originated there. But that's what got me out there was Raw reposted one of my drawings, and they've got, I think, at least 1 million followers. So that got millions of people looking at my work from all over the world, and like that, eventually I one day I just Googled my name just for shits and giggles, and that article popped up in Spanish, and I looked at it, and it's a website from Spain, and I had to translate it a little bit, but they were just kind of giving me my praises and relaying the connection of the herb and how it relates to the art, but that just really made me realize my reach. I can make it out to these places.
No, hell yeah! But for folks that don't know what you're speaking about, the Raw is the rolling papers for tobacco use.
Yeah.
But and so and so your drawing was actually on one of the little papers.
Yeah, and actually I have one right here. It's
Right on.
this is a zigzag one, but this is actually the one they wrote the article about. This is featured in the article. But
Oh my God, the it.
yeah, but it's
Oh,
on a king
yeah.
size zigzag, all ballpoint pen. Um, and I frame them with the fresh pack. So just in case, you know, you run out one late night, you don't want to get it out to the store, you got something there, you know. So not
No,
only,
they're probably gonna start moving. I want to do.
but you know, like, you know, rather than just an art piece, it's also something functional. I try and give it that little bit of extra thought, you know.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, because this is our time as artists is to produce all this new type of work and do our thing. That's the real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I've asked you like some different questions, but what advice do you have for artists out there that they're looking up to you now? And sometimes they don't get to run into you because you're painting at night or something.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give them?
Um, you know, sometimes you just gotta go for it. You know, a lot of times people are asking me, you know, how do you get your work out there? You know, how did you get these opportunities? You know, and it starts with, you know, people just giving you that first step. Like, hey, I have a wall. You want to try and do it? You know, and you got to do it with pride and realize that that job that you do is gonna speak for itself, hopefully, and like that. If you do one good job, that person is gonna tell, you know, 5, 10 people, and at least 2 out of those 10 people are gonna want something, you know, and from there it just spreads, you know, and but like that, it only works if you're willing to put your work out there on display for the world to see, you know. So you can't be shy, be timid, you know. You got to put it out there and let people know, like, yep, this is what I do. And
That's dope. Hey, how about this? What's your dream residency? Where would you want to go?
you know what? I've been thinking about getting out to maybe like Costa Rica or somewhere tropical, you know, somewhere totally different, maybe Hawaii, you know, somewhere where I can get my mind off of everything, you know, just totally, you know, get myself in tune with nature and let the ideas flow without any kind of distractions or, you know,
That's dope.
just to fully ground myself and connect with the earth like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting residencies out there that some at some point I need to share with everybody, but especially you, but like the National Parks
Yeah.
Art Foundation,
Oh, yeah.
super dope. Like you could go out in the mountains and they'll leave you up there, or that one that's in the Florida Keys, like on an island by yourself. I was like, what?
Yeah. I want to do both of those. I need all that. You know, leave me on an island by myself for a little bit with some snacks and some other trickery. You know, but
No, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. I mean, and then like right now, like times are changing right now, and it is like this pandemic and quarantine. But right here, right now, what's the best place to find you? It's on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. But I mean, you could search my name, Jonny Bubonik, on anything, you know, and it should pop up.
Right, right. How about this? What was your first mural in Tucson? Where was it located?
Um, Probably in one of the homies' rooms. My first one that was like public though, I can't be sure about that. I'd have to really think about that one. But yeah, I started out like that, you know, doing rooms and living rooms and stuff for friends, like I said, and then actually, you know what? The very first mural, that's what it was. When I was 18 years old, I got an opportunity to paint a barbershop. It was a barbershop slash um, like mechanic shop. It was like three different things in one. That was my very first like commissioned mural piece. I actually painted an entire floor with spray paint.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was
Where
pretty cool, but it was actually
that sounds
it was a
dope.
huge learning experience.
Yeah, no, but to get your haircut and then have like an oil change at the same time, we're like, that's dope.
Yeah, yeah, and it was like two or three things. I forget what the other things were, but yeah, it was really cool, you know. Like, and I was just a kid at the time. I didn't really know what happened, you know, but or I didn't know what I was doing at the time. You know, I was just happy to be there, you know. But I learned a lot from that experience. Learned to charge more from that experience. Learned to be a little
How
more
about this?
from that experience too, you know. But like that from that.
That's
Yeah,
cool. But how
yeah.
about this? Because I mean, oh, I'm sorry.
No, no, I was
No,
saying from doing a good job from that. That's how I got, you know, again my next one, and that started to spread and started to get more, you know. So
but it's a trip. Like, because as artists, you just go through things. Like, you go through pens, pencils, paints. Which is your favorite spray paint? Because I go through all kinds of stuff, even some old stuff that I find.
yeah, I would still have to say Montana is my favorite. You know, I like the way it smells. I like the way it sprays. You know, I've got it down pretty good. The quality of it is is amazing. You know, but there's another paint that I've tried called Clash, and actually I really like Clash. So I might start. You know, depending on what
Yeah,
I can work out,
monsoon.
might have to work out a sponsorship or something. Hopefully.
Oh, I had made a little note too. Like, so your brother, he's an artist. They're both artists, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm the youngest of five, and
What? I didn't
four.
know there was five of young.
Yeah, and then there's four out of five of us are artists. So, um, but yeah, me and my brother West Styles work side by side a lot. You know, he helps me, I help him. You know, we try and tag team projects, bigger projects if we can. You know, and plug each other in where they need us. You know.
That's dope. I mean, to have that. That's what I have with my crew. Like
Yeah.
the guys in my crew. We do. Hey, I'll back you up. Vice versa. It feels good. It feels really good. You know what though? I mean, would would you be interested in it? Like, cause things are changing now too in studio. Like, so back in the day, you'd be hired to paint like a backdrop
Yeah.
or do a scenic production type thing for an award show, movies. How do you feel about that CGI? Is that what it called? Computer generated
Yeah.
images?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that stuff? Do you play with that stuff or you just
I haven't actually. I just recently got an iPad, so I'm still learning a lot about that. But I'm still very old school in many ways. I mean, I love just drawing with a pencil and paper. You know, just the old school way. But you know, I'm also learning to just embrace the new technology, new tools to help to make my job easier. You know, so
so who are your favorite artists? Like who do you look up to or who like kind of gives you like inspiration?
well, there's quite a bit, but I would say one of my biggest inspirations. I'm a big Basquiat fan, you know, and I found a lot of similarities between him and I. We have the same initials. Um,
Ah,
my name is Jonathan Michael, um, which is, you know, just another version of Jean Michel, you know. But
that's a nice name for a clothing line too.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Jonathan Michael.
yeah, yeah. It sounds like it'd be in Macy's or something, you know. But yeah, he's a big inspiration to me, and you know just how his work has affected people and how it helped him or maybe didn't help him, you know. But like that, I like to I really study people, you know, and see how things affect them and how they, you know, how their art affected their life and the world around them, you know. So he's one of them. This guy, El Mack, he
Oh yeah.
yeah, he just did a piece at Cobra, and I talked to him while he was doing it. But when I was coming up, I saw him painting at this jam we went to, and he blew me away. Little skinny white dude. He's from Phoenix, but you know his work is incredible, and it's all over the world, and like that he's doing huge, massive scale murals like that all over the world. So I told him that. I said, that's what I really want to do. I want to be doing exactly what you're doing and traveling, doing these things, you know, meeting people, talking to people from different communities, and
You know
putting
what I would suggest?
the walls.
I would recommend get your passport now, because that's what the whole intention. Just get it processed right now. So when the opportunity arises, you just jump on it and you're like, I'm ready. I got my passport. If unless you have it already.
No, I need to, and like I said, I need help with all of that, all the paperwork, all the good stuff, you know, all the things I need to be legit, you know, because
Well, just to get on the airplane, dude.
yeah,
But we
exactly.
got a question from the audience. It says, well, how did your family of 5 siblings turn into a family of artists? What started the snowball effect for the whole family?
Um, shit, you know, Nana was an artist, you know, in the kitchen. She sewed, she did all kinds of stuff. She used to make our clothes when we were younger, you know, and I blame her for making me so cozy, you know, because I'm all about comfort, you know. But you know, my Nana got down, my Theo got down, my cousin Rudy gets down, you know, it's in the blood, you know. And like that, from watching like that our Theos and our Tias and our cousins get down and watching them do their thing, and like that I have cousins down the line who are tattoo artists, and like that different branches of the family. We just got it, you know. And
That's dope.
we just have to, like that, I'm just trying to push it as far as I can, because like that, we all got it. We got to make something of it, you know what I mean?
You have to. You have to. This is your time. This is you, man. You could. I mean, you're already flying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So this is
and
just
I've
more
got
about people
to this
knowing.
point just by, like I said, just putting it out there, just doing it, and like that, word of mouth. um and like I said, that's why I need to catch up on the legitimate stuff, you know, the paperwork, the passports, all that kind of stuff. But you know, like I said, I've just been riding this wave, and I'm happy to be where I'm at. But you know, there's always room for improvement, always room. Oh,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, you gotta live a lot. You gotta live a lot for all the. I mean, look at how long we're stuck up in here. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take advantage of everything and live your life as an artist as you want to, and share that space with others. I know you are. How about this? Are you wanting to take any commissions right now?
I'm actually looking to slow down on commissions a little bit, just because some of the projects are getting a lot bigger. Um, but I'm also dabbling in a new field, and I haven't really spoken on that yet, just because I know how fast word spreads, and you know, I don't want to overwhelm myself just yet. But um, you know, like I said, I'm always trying to learn something new. But like that, I'm trying to give myself a little bit of time to catch up on, you know, previous work that I've let go too far, before I take anything else on, and like that, give myself a chance to really, really like focus on something new.
No,
This new.
you got a good head on your shoulders, man.
Thank you, thank you. That,
Man, I'm old. I don't even think like that. Hey, but where do you find in Tucson? Where's the most inspiring place for you?
in Tucson, oh, that's a hard one. You know, I I'm I'm really inspired by like that, the things that I grew up with, and the people I grew up around. You know, my family, my friends, my cousins. You know, growing up in Hollywood. You know, around some gangsters, and you know, some characters, some just like that, just all the people that I grew up seeing, and like that, movies we grew up watching, all those kinds of things. So like that, but to me, that's the whole West Side. Like that's really what kind of gets me going, gets me excited. But every once in a while, I do like to take a trip out to, say, Mount Lemon, or somewhere, like I said, with nature, where I can really draw upon some like real inspiration from the earth, you know, like, and get
You
into.
need to go on a voyage. That's what that's called.
Yeah, exactly. So like that, if I do need some inspiration, I'll usually do something like that, or you know, I'll take a different kind of trip. You know what I mean? But while sitting in one spot, you know. But
Hell yeah, man. No, it's been really awesome talking with you, Johnny. And I really hope that folks that if they didn't know you before, that they know you now, and that they got you, like if they can contact you on your Instagram, Jonny Bubonik, check you out, look out for more of his artwork, and hopefully we can get you to make a little map of where your art is located so it can be like you can even give tours that way one day.
Yeah, yeah, or maybe like a little treasure hunt or something, make it to where people got to find some things, or I don't know, like that, just a little map of them for them to find.
I have to tell you right now, dude, if everything gets safe and we could get back outside again, I want to put it together one day where we can actually do this little small tour around South Tucson.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to. I would love to.
But I want to wish you the best of everything, dude, because this is awesome. It's an awesome time to settle down and paint and get your life organized right now, so then you can finish all those other commissions and get going on all those voyages you need to be on.
Yeah, yeah, thank
So
you. Appreciate that. Thank you for having me on too. This has been fun. I love being able to talk with you. And like I told you yesterday on the phone, like I said, you really helped me realize my value and what I bring to the table. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that, and it's gonna be awesome. I hope we know each other for a long time. And wherever you go, make sure you reconnect in Tucson. Don't leave Tucson, but come hang out.
Yeah, yeah. My roots are always gonna be here.
All right.
I'm always gonna have a home here. I'm always be on the west side. But like I said, I'm trying to take a little bit of the west side all across the world with me. So
You're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. I know it.
soon, very soon.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much. You have a great rest of your week, and thank you for taking time for us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'll see you soon.
All right, bye, West Side.